Recently, I've had quite a few questions based around edification. What is edification? How do we use edification? And how can we make edification work for us? My name is Dr Jav. Thank you for attending my short webinar based around edification. Now, personally, I've been using edification for several years, not just in network marketing, but also in traditional business as well. So what is edification? Edification is the building up of your colleague or mentor. So when you introduce someone to speak to your prospect, that mentor and colleague will need some form of edification. Now, obviously, your prospect does not know your mentor, your prospect does not know your colleague, so you have to build up your mentor or colleague. You need to introduce and speak well of your mentor and colleague so your prospect has a good image of your colleague or mentor. You have to give credibility to the expert. The expert again here is your mentor, so that again your prospect knows who they are going to be speaking to. So often when you're doing for example a three-way call and you introduce an expert or mentor to the three-way call, you have to introduce that third party to that three-way call. And edification is all about leveraging another person's success story. It's much more powerful to have a third voice in a conversation rather than you doing all the selling yourself. And again, very, very important to note, if you're new to the business, especially in network marketing, if you're new to the business, you won't have any results. So the good news is your results, your initial results, don't actually matter when it comes to your success. I'll say that again. The results you're achieving today don't actually matter when it comes to your future success. So your results don't matter. Remember, you're the messenger, not the message. The message is going to come from your mentor. You're just bringing the mentor and the prospect together. Now, where would you use edification? You can use edification in many, many places, and primarily we do a lot of edification via three-way calls, even on live events. When you're introducing the next speaker to the live event, the next speaker would be edified. If you go to any professional convention or conference, it's very unlikely that the speaker is not edified. Even the first speaker would be edified by the host. So again, edification is extremely important, certainly in live events as well. Now today we're doing a lot of webinars, a lot of Zoom presentations, and again, when you're introducing the next speaker on a Zoom presentation, edification needs to be present. So you have to edify via Zoom and webinar presentations too. And then of course face-to-face meetings. If you're having a face-to-face meeting with someone, whether it's a home meeting or meeting in an office or a third-party location, and you're introducing a third party to that conversation, you would then again apply the same edification principles that we're going to talk about on this presentation. So why would you edify? Just remember this, that the better you edify someone and bring him to the conversation, the stronger the new relationship will become. Edification is extremely important when it comes to the sale of any product or service. It's again proof that you have a team behind you, and certainly when you're speaking to a prospect, whether this is someone brand new, someone you haven't spoken to before, or whether this is someone you've known for a long time, someone from your warm list, it makes no difference. Edification helps, I'd say, gel the relationship, and also with edification, it's proof that you're not alone. So obviously in network marketing, it's a business of people, and people buy from people. So the prospect needs to know that you are not the only person that they can turn to if they have issues or problems going forward. So it's always good to know that there's a team behind you, that there's several people that are vested in the interest of the prospect. So it's very, very important for us that the prospect, once they become a customer, is very, very successful in the business, and that's why this team approach via edification is so important. Now, edification leads to increased respect, trust and influence. All of these are extremely important when you're building an organization, certainly through network marketing. And also with edification, another very, very important point is that if you edify well, closing the prospects will become so much easier. So edification is extremely important when it comes to closing prospects as well. And remember, Always, stories sell, facts tell. I'll say that again. Stories sell, facts tell. People are buying from you, your mentor, first before they buy from the company. They need to like you, they need to ensure that there's respect, trust, and obviously the influence and relationship is there before they buy from you. And once you've covered those basic elements, once your prospect begins to like you and your mentor, they are more likely to buy from you. So edification helps you to close more prospects. Now, when you look at personality traits, it's always useful to try and understand who your prospect is. And there's the colour approach to personality traits, where you have the reds, the blues, the yellows, the greens. Reds tend to be competitive, demanding, determined, strong-willed, purposeful, results orientated. Blues tend to be more cautious, precise, deliberate. They're more questioning and formal and may rely on data. Greens tend to be more caring, encouraging, sharing, patient and relaxed. And then you have the yellow profile, and they tend to be sociable, dynamic, demonstrative, enthusiastic and persuasive. Now, it's very, very useful for you to know the personality trait of your prospect, because then when you bring the third party in, when you bring your mentor into the conversation, we can then push all the right buttons in the conversation. Now, you can quite quickly work out what colour trait your prospect is just by speaking to them and just listening to their language. And it's always, again, important to note that no one is ever just one colour. Sometimes there's a mix of colours, certainly in the people that you speak to. So there's always the melding of colours. And again, when you speak to people, if you focus on their personality trait, again, via the edification process, you'll find that that prospect is more likely to convert and become a customer in your business. Now, a typical example of an edification conversation could go as follows. Let's just say I'm introducing Jack to the business and I'm speaking to my prospect. I would say, I would like you to speak to my mentor, Jack. He's a top leader in our organization and he has the results to prove it. He's a top earner, he's financially free. However, he's still a great family man. He has 4 kids, a beautiful wife, and he's an extremely caring person, relaxed and fun to work with. He knows everything you need to know about the business, and always, when it comes to Jack, it's people over profits. He currently is helping thousands of people all over the world in 30 plus countries achieve massive success. And Jack obviously is very, very busy, and it's an honor to be able to bring him on the call today. And to be honest, if I were you, I'd listen carefully to every single thing that he says, because Jack is not just my mentor, he's also one of my best friends, and I've known him now for several years. So here's Jack. Jack, please speak to my prospect. Now, if you look at the colours of the bullet points I've got here, I try and cover the personality traits in the conversation that I have with the prospect. Now again, just say your prospect is more yellow than red, blue and green. In the conversation with your mentor and also with yourself, you'd have more yellows when you speak to your prospect. And again, if the prospect is more results orientated, more competitive, you'd have more reds in the conversation. And again, if the prospect is more caring, then you'd have more greens in the conversation. And finally, if the prospect is very, very blue, so cautious, precise, formal, then you'd have more blues in the conversation when you speak to them. So if you can cover these in the edification process, and also when you try and convert the prospect, you'll find yourself having much more success. So edification is so important. You need to ensure that whenever you're bringing new people into the business, and also your third party, your mentor, is speaking to the prospect, that edification is key. I would say edify until the cows come home. Obviously in property they say location. In network marketing it's edify. How you start is how you finish. You need to build a culture of trust and care in your business, and your business will grow into a massive organization. And again, your results and your approach to the business is something that can be duplicated throughout your business, because what you'll find is that your team will do what you are doing. They won't do what you say, but your team, your organization will do exactly what you do. And if you create a culture of trust and care in your business and use edification to the hilt, you'll find that through duplication, you'll have an amazing large organization. Edify and be edified always. My name is Dr Jav, and this was a short introduction to edification. Please ensure that you use edification in your business every single day. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me via any of the above channels, and any questions, let me know via the comment box on this video, or you can approach me directly via any of the above profiles. Again, my name is Dr Jav. Thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you on the next video.